we have a case here of someone that had a TIA, and it stands for transient Ischemic Attack. 3 visits and her neck pain's virtually gone, not completely, but there's been over a 50% improvement here, and that's without chiropractic manipulation here to her cervical spine. Hello everyone, Dr. David Kulla here with Synergy Wellness, Chiropractic and Physical Therapy. Today is really important. I want to show you guys, we have a case here of someone that had a TIA, and it stands for transient Ischemic Attack, okay? And it's basically like a stroke, okay? And she had a dissection right above the right carotid bifurcation. So, when someone has a TIA, a stroke, a heart condition, as a chiropractor, you have to do some preliminary tests to rule out something like this, so nothing dangerous happens like a stroke. Now, obviously, she came in, she had the TIA a while back, and she had the right carotid dissection a while ago. How many years has it been?
About 7.
7 years? Okay. So, clearly it's healed up, but we have to be very, very careful adjusting her. So we do not do any cracks or manipulations like that. So you're going to see how we treat and how we take care of somebody that has had a stroke, but also has a lot of neck pain. So she's got a lot of neck pain on the left side. She gets headaches. She gets vertigo and dizziness. So we're about 3 treatments in.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you doing with your neck pain?
A lot better.
A lot better? Great. 50%, 60, 70?
I'd say 50.
50% improvement in 3 visits? Okay. And we haven't done any cracking or manipulation of the neck.
No.
There's a lot of things that we can do without that cracking of the neck, okay? So, and it's important for her not to have that done. It's called a diversified adjustment. Not a good idea for her to have that done. And I told her that if she ever goes to a chiropractor, make sure they do not do that, okay? How are your headaches?
A bit better, yeah.
Okay.
Usually after working a full day, obviously my neck will be probably at its tightest. But I find that in the morning, there were times I wake up with a headache, so that's a little bit better. Sleeping is fine, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't have constant neck pain. I do have, of course, soreness, especially in the left side, but I knew that was
and still some headaches, still.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
and they're not terrible headaches, but it's like, it's there, it's saying, hey, I'm still here, but it's not super terrible, no. Okay,
so, we're about 3 visits in. We've got some work to do, but she's going to be fine in another 2-3 weeks. So I want to show you how we take care of somebody that has had a stroke or a TIA. So we're just going to loosen the muscles up on the left side and the right side. So right there?
Yeah.
A little sensitive on this side too?
Yeah. much, but the sensitivity is pretty much the same on both sides. In other words, the areas that are most sensitive.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously she works in front of a computer all day, and that contributes to it, but she's got just about every disc in her neck dehydrated, or disc desiccation is what we call it. And that's natural. Over time, we do lose some disc height, but when your spine is out of alignment or subluxated, you're going to lose disc height faster. And she's got pretty much every disc degenerated. She also has a spondylolisthesis at C4 on C5. So C4 vertebra is pushed forward. So we don't want to adjust her face down on C4 vertebra and make that worse. But what we would want to do is adjust C6 or C5 to pull C4 back. A spondylolisthesis, as you can see here, is forward slippage of a vertebra. It can happen almost anywhere in the spine. More commonly happens at the lower back at L5. For her, it's in the middle of the neck, which again is not as common, but it can happen. Okay, so I'm gonna have you turn over on your back. So you'll notice that we're not going to be doing a traditional chiropractic adjustment for her neck, but we will do it in the middle back. I'm going to have you tuck your chin down, take a deep, actually let's slide you down a little bit. Okay, take a deep breath in, come on up, and blow all the way out. Good, and one more, deep breath in, tuck the chin, stay tucked, and blow out, stay tucked. Okay, good. Now we're going to do something called stair stepping. What this does is it helps get the facet joints in the vertebra, which are right back here. They're the joints of the vertebra, okay? We have 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and technically more than 4, but we're just going to talk about the facet joints for now, okay? So 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and this is just going to help get the range of motion in her neck back to normal. It's a very simple maneuver, very tiny figure 8s at each level. Not painful, right?
Not at all.
I want to make sure it doesn't make you dizzy. You don't have any dizziness, right?
No.
Good. Just relax your head. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do for her is some trigger point therapy at the base of the skull where the occiput is, the suboccipital tendons, because that's where she has tenderness and tension from being on the computer all day. And you changed your ergonomics at the office?
No.
No, okay. Did I give you one of my cards?
Yeah, I do have
okay.
one.
So, yeah, that's really important.
Oh,
so, as you know, or said earlier, that sometimes at the end of the day, you get some tension, and then when you wake up in the morning, the headaches are there, but not as bad. So, if you change your computer at work, your headaches will be gone at that point, because you're going to eliminate the aggravating factors that trigger your headaches.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you're in here fixing them, right? So, the culmination or the pair of chiropractic care with changing your workstation is huge.
Sure. Because
So
that's what I'm doing, like 8, 9
that's
hours
what's
a day,
aggravating.
and
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
here,
yep.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. So as soon as you change that, the morning headaches will get better, and also the end of the day stiffness will get better. Tender right there.
Yes.
So all I'm doing is applying pressure right under the skull here, at the bottom of the skull where your hairline ends, kind of somewhere around there. And you could feel around on your own neck, folks. And a great way to release these trigger points on your own is to actually just take your hands, put your hands behind your head, and just dig your finger right in there, and then let the weight of your head, the gravity and weight of your head, be that pressure. Because I'm not pushing her head down onto my finger, it's just the weight of her head onto my finger, and that's enough to set off that trigger point. And it's probably subsiding right now.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit better, hasn't it?
So every, about 30 to 60 seconds, that tender spot just melts away, and then you put your finger on the next spot. Another way to do this is with a lacrosse ball. Lay on a yoga mat, place the lacrosse ball in here. Now, if you have hair, it's a little bit harder. So this is the only advantage I can think of not having hair, okay? Trust me, the only advantage. And that is just putting the ball under the skull here, and it doesn't slip around. So if you do have a lot of hair, pull your hair up all the way up the top of the head and try that. If it slips around, you could hold the ball on the sides in place and just leave it right on that trigger point. And when that trigger point melts away and it subsides, you go ahead and move the ball and shift it slightly to the right or the left to the next spot. And don't overdo it. Just do about 30 to 60 seconds in each spot. Otherwise, it's going to be really sore the next day. Even to brush your hair, it'll be sore.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't have that problem. So tender right there. So all I did was I moved on to the next spot where she's sensitive. And these are causing tension and suboccipital headaches. And if you look up at that poster up there, that posture poster, how heavy is your head? For every inch forward, your head adds 10 pounds of weight to it. These muscles back here are not meant to carry 25, 35, 45 pounds. Some people's posture is awful. So again, I go back to ergonomics, your computer setup, how you have all that set up, the things that you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Many of us are at a computer all day, and now with coronavirus, probably even more so.
And over our phones.
Yep.
With the head down.
Yeah, also head down in the cell phones. Yep. Sometimes I'm surprised I get a thing at the end of the week, an email, and it tells me how much phone use I've used,
No, really?
Sometimes it's shocking.
That's kind of good to do that.
Yeah, I do. I keep track of it sometimes.
Yeah, you don't realize how we're...
Sometimes 3 or 4 hours in a day. Imagine head down like this, 3 to 4 hours a day, or... And tender right there.
Yes.
Okay, take a deep breath in and blow out. And 3 visits and her neck pain's virtually gone, not completely, but it's there's been over a 50% improvement here, and that's without chiropractic manipulation here to her cervical spine. And with all those discs that are degenerative, those are pretty good results for 3, and today's probably our 4th visit. Tender right there.
Yes.
Okay. And let me know if you need another card for the ergonomic setup. Just grab one on the front desk up front. Take a deep breath in and out. And tender right there.
Yeah, my occipital is pretty much one big tender.
It is, and we can fix that with your ergonomics. That's an easy fix. All right, go ahead and sit up. You're all set.
Excellent.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Thank you.